Hello everyone, and welcome to the 2022 Moccasin Lake Open presented by Sakushi. First and foremost, I'd like to welcome all of you to our tournament and thank you for coming out to play this year. My name is Sean McGowan and I am your tournament director. The title sponsor for our event this year is Sakushi. Sakushi has 2 locations locally in Bel Air Bluffs and on Clearwater Beach. Sakushi has a delicious menu offering dumplings, noodles, and sushi, and much more. We thank Sakushi for their support. Please visit them at either location to show them our support in return. We also have a number of additional t-shirt level and hole level sponsors that we would like to thank for making this event possible. The Tampa Bay Disc Sports Club is one of Florida's largest disc golf clubs. We have been operating locally in Tampa Bay for more than 30 years. Our club is a non-profit organization that maintains and improves our local disc golf courses, hosts events and leagues for our local players, and supports the growth of local disc golf in our community. We thank all of our players for playing in our tournaments and supporting our club's mission. The Moccasin Lake Open has been held at Cliff Stevens Park since 1991. The first MLO was TD'd by our very own CR Willie. The MLO has always been a showcase of our club's historic and challenging Cliff Stevens Park. This year is no exception. This year our tournament will have over 250 participants across 2 weekends of play. We are happy to continue with the tradition of the tournament, and we look forward to running a great event that everyone will enjoy. Our Pro Weekend tournament takes place the weekend of November 12th and 13th. We will be utilizing Cliff Stevens' 21-hole layout, original 18 holes, and for some divisions, golds. This tournament is a 3-round shotgun start tournament. The field size will be limited to 90 players. This is a PDGA B-tier event, meaning $1,000 in added cash for our pros. The event is scheduled as follows. On 11/11, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., early check-in begins at Cliff Stevens Disc Golf Course. Come on out and grab your players pack a little early if you'd like. On the 12th, check-in will open officially at 7:15 a.m. and continue to 8:15 a.m. Round 1 will start at 8:30 on the 12th. Round 2 will start approximately 1 hour after last card comes in from the first round. And that time will be announced day of the tournament. And on the 13th, that Sunday, round 3 will start at 9 a.m. and finish afterwards. We'll proceed with awards and trophies. Check-in for all players will start on Friday at 1 p.m. at Cliff Stevens and continue until 6 p.m. Informal doubles will likely be hosted at the location prior to the event on Friday. If you have a chance to swing by on Friday, come on out, grab your players pack, and check in early. Those who are earliest to check in will have their pick of the best players pack discs. Check-in resumes on Saturday morning starting at 7:15 a.m. Please check in after arriving to the park before your round. While checking in, please grab your players packs, get into the Ace Fund, buy your raffle tickets, and make sure you have PDGA live scoring all set up. Due to limited parking at the course, parking will be directed by our event staff. Once parking fills at the designated areas, players are to park alongside Park Trail Lane. Please be cautious in parking to not block in any vehicles or park in any restricted areas. Scoring for this tournament will be exclusively done through PDGA Live Scoring. The event code is MLO Pro. We will provide each of you with this event code at Tournament Central. 2 players on each card are encouraged to keep score with live scoring during the round, in order to catch any possible discrepancies in real time. We will show you how to get it all set up if you have any questions. There will be no in-person players meeting for this tournament. Please proceed to your starting hole prior to tee-off. Play begins Saturday morning at 8:30. This tournament will be utilizing a shotgun start format, meaning all players will be assigned 2 holes throughout the course and all players will begin play at the same time. Course rules will be displayed for each hole on the PDGA live scoring website. They will also be attached to the email sent out to all players Thursday and will be described in detail in this virtual players meeting. After the first round on Saturday, there will be a 1-hour lunch before the second round begins. Hole assignments will be updated between rounds. Please check the PDGA website for your hole assignment and round 2 tee time. Lunch will be provided by Sakushi. On Sunday, some of our pro and advanced level divisions will be playing our gold tee pad on hole 1. They'll play from the gold pad to the green basket in its standard position as a par 4. On hole 4, the large oak tree to the right of the tee pad will have a mandatory. You must play to the left of the tree. The mandatory rules for 2022 are in effect. On hole 4, the sidewalk halfway down the fairway is inbounds itself. The other side of the sidewalk is OB. Across the sidewalk on hole 8 plays out of bounds. The pavement on the left on hole 9 is out of bounds, as is the parking lot. On hole 10, the painted OB line underneath the railroad track is in play. If you cross that line, your OB and standard OB rules will apply. If, however, you happen to land in the painted casual zone around the equipment on the fairway, there is a painted drop zone that you would proceed to with no strokes. You'd be throwing your next shot from that drop zone. For instance, if your disc lands to the right side of this painted line, that is landed in the casual zone. You'll proceed to the painted drop zone on the left and throw your next shot with no penalty. If by any chance you land in this cage deep of the basket on hole 10, that's out of bounds. Play your lie from where you went into the cage. That also applies to if you land on top of this building. The path deep of the basket on hole 11 is inbounds itself. Over the path is out of bounds. If you happen to throw your drive or an upshot over the path and land in the grass on the other side, proceed to the indicated drop zone throwing 3. Holes 12, 13, and 14, the road comes into play. The OB line for the road starts past the concrete gutter. So the asphalt itself is OB. If you land or are touching the concrete, you're in and you play your live meter in from there. The long pad for hole 13B will be played from this line as indicated. The short pad for hole 13B will be played from this indicated line. Over the path to the right on hole 15 plays out of bounds. If you cross the path and land in the grass on the other side, you're out of bounds. On the path is in. Hole 16 is not an easy hole. There are a number of rules that competitors must consider before playing this hole. The peninsula is out of bounds. If you land on the peninsula, you will have to proceed to the drop zone and throw your shot for 3. Any shot that does not cross inbounds or land inbounds will proceed to the drop zone throwing 3. This is the short pad that you would be throwing for 3 if you don't land inbounds or cross inbounds on your first shot from the long. If you fail to land inbounds from this short pad, advance to where your disc was last inbounds. After completing hole 16, competitors that are playing the 21 or 24 hole layout will proceed down the path to hole 17 or the additional extra holes. This is hole 17, the beginning of the extra holes in the back. This hole, most important rule to note, is the water. The creek left plays out of bounds. Across the creek left is out of bounds as well. Standard OB rules apply. After completing hole 18, the second extra hole, competitors that are playing the 21 hole layout will proceed back to the path, back towards the main part of the course to play hole C, which is the third extra hole. Hole 22, or hole C, is played as the third extra hole on the 21 hole layout. There's only one tee location for hole 17. This tee location, 17 long, for competitors that are playing the 24-hole layout, 18-hole layout, and 21-hole layout. The gold tee pad has a tee pad a little bit further back, but all other competitors will be playing the standard long tee pad. Over the sidewalk to the right of the basket on hole 17 plays out of bounds. If you land on the path, you're in bounds. The other side of the path is OB. On hole 18, the oak tree to the right of the fairway will have a mandatory. The mando will be to the left, so you have to go to the left of the mando. If you happen to miss the mando, the drop zone will be the short pad. The left side of the fairway, just below the rock line by the railroad tracks, will have an out of bounds painted line. If you happen to cross over into the out of bounds area on the left, just play standard OB rules. Take your meter or however far you'd like in line with the basket back from the OB line. This fenced in area on the right on hole 18's fairway is also out of bounds. If you land in this area, play from where you went out. Hole 18 does have some equipment on the fairway. A painted casual zone has been indicated around with this white line. If you happen to land inside the casual zone, proceed to the indicated drop zone without penalty. Anything not specifically stated in my course walkthrough will be indicated in the course rules sent out to all players and on the course rules as you keep score on pdga.com/score. After the round concludes on Sunday, we will be distributing trophies and payout as divisions finish. Please stick around to collect your trophies, payout, purchase your raffle tickets. Payout for AMs will be provided via club merchandise. Our raffle will be held on Monday night following the tournament. The raffle will be streamed live on the Tampa Bay Disc Sports Club Facebook page. We will contact all raffle winners and get your prizes to you. And that concludes our players meeting. We look forward to seeing you all out on the course.